Empty your bins.
So what did you kill the fish for then?
Same thing again for both legs.
Deerbolt Young Offenders Institution in County Durham is home to over 400 juvenile and young offenders aged between 15 and 21. Gavin Stow is serving 4 years for armed robbery and his release date is fast approaching. What is a typical day like for Gavin and his fellow inmates? Is it an easy life? Or is his prison sentence a just punishment for his crime?
You get woke up at 7 o'clock by the first night clocky, then you get woke up at 7:15 to make sure you're up, and you get opened up at 7:30. And then if you're caught in bed, you've got your points book, and you get points lost. On everything you have a points system where for each good thing you do or whatever you do, you gain points, and your points you can buy like extra visits or home visits or even town visits. That's for good work and education. This is the night patrol. You get 20 a night as long as you're good. The night clocky. That's assessments. Once a month you get a wing assessment and you get points. About 13,000, so how many caught in bed a few times and I won't get them took off.
Were you out last night?
Hi mate.
Hi lad.
It's Aral, mad Evertonian, loves his blues. And so we just waited around for breakfast, now we're all just hanging on the landing.
The three of them were going to Grafton. They said to me, you come to Grafton when you get out, Stolly? I said, nah. They said, we are, watch this, all the girls. I said, nah, I ain't going to Grafton, watch it last night. And these girls that are 50 and 60, well, they're not girls, they're OAPs. And they're still saying they're going to Grafton when they get out.
Yeah, desperate for it.
Threes!
That's us, we're going down for our scrans now.
Mr. Waff. Number 6 is Mr. Waff.
Each morning you've got to sign in, you've got to say like you're coming down for your breakfast. Mr. Waffle usually here to check you've had a shave, otherwise it's back up until you've had your brekkie. But I've had a shave.
Yeah, spotted that.
We just named it the Scouts table. We're by a window, so we can have the windows open. We got the sun shining through.
Only Scouts are allowed on this table.
So no one will sit in someone else's chair because they'll just get told to move, get evicted. It's Big Joe. Is the other fella over there? Joey.
After we've been ripped off, what it is, you either get Frosties or cornflakes, but some people start to save the cornflakes, and then what they've done is they've swapped them for Frosties and mixed the cornflakes in with the Frosties. They think we won't know, but I think it's quite easy to distinguish a Frosty from a cornflake. They're the small things that like do your head in prison.
I think we sometimes have to remember that all of these kids in here, average age 18, 19, 20 years old, a high percentage of these lads never get up in the morning to go to work. A lot of the kids in here have never worked. So I think to have something structured, particularly first thing in the morning, where it is important that kids get out of bed, it is important that we check the cells to make sure they're left nice and clean and tidy. I personally, for a young fella, I think that's quite important actually.
It's a big crease now, but it's been in my back, but explode. I'm tenting right now. Canteen, and then we'll come back the wing, and then it's welfare to work, which is my employment at the time. They're getting shouted there. Yeah. All right, mate. There we are, Mr. Smith.
Stick
take you out to welfare to work, eh?
I'm coming back with my stuff first.
What, canteen?
Yeah.
No, they take you from there, don't they?
I thought.
No, they take you, they get you down the canteen.
All right. I went to a comprehensive school, which lasted 2 years, and then I was expelled. I had a home tutor for 2 or 3 months. Didn't last because I wasn't prepared to give it a chance. I went on a trial basis to another school. Lasted 3 weeks, and then the school just got knocked on the head. So from then I didn't get any education. I think the first time I was arrested was shoplifting in Southport, which was something I didn't need and something I didn't want, but I think it was just the fact of taking it.
Around about now, all the inmates are making the way from all the wings and making the way to the places of work. Some are going into the education centre, some to the gymnasium, and some making the way to the workshops, which are down to our right here. We don't normally have any problems. Lads normally quite quietly make the way from the wings to the work. But we have staff placed in strategic positions around the establishment just to make sure that everybody sticks to the route that they have to take when making the way from their wings to the workshops.
With only 6 weeks left to serve, Gavin attends welfare to work classes to help prepare him for release. Deerbolt's education department offers everything from computing skills to parenting classes for young fathers, and Gavin, who has progressed to the top or enhanced regime, has chosen to make full use of the available facilities. But many young offenders didn't go to school on the outside and are not interested in attending classes while inside.
Each time you appear and you do good work or you do bad work, you do bad, you get points deducted. If you do good, you gain points. And I think it's 35 points per session. So it just adds on to me many thousands I've got.
After welfare to work, another regular part of any prison's daily routine.
You usually get searched every time you come out of education, every time you come out of the gym. Every time you come back off a visit, every time you go on a visit. Usually you're supposed to every time you leave a wing or you come out of a building.
Next is a highlight of the routine, the weekly visit to the prison shop, otherwise known as the canteen. As an enhanced prisoner, Gavin can spend more than some of his colleagues who are on the basic or standard regimes.
In our canteen, that's what we get to buy, our weekly shopping. I'm a lucky one who gets to spend £15 a week. Some people might only have a £5, so it's a bit unfair on them.
Right, £1 and 8 left them. 38 pence left them. 3. There, £1.
£15 is about 5, isn't it?
Doesn't work. Do you want a box? Well then no. Okay.
Staff are just coming out now to man the yards for cease labour at lunchtime. Completely reversed to first thing this morning. The young inmates will be making their way back from the workshops back to the wings, and they'll be checked into the wings. They'll go up onto the landings, into the cells, get themselves ready for lunch, and then they'll be called down, normally a landing at a time, to get the lunch.
What's the one part of the routine that you don't like, is it? What about kit change? That used to get me down, kit change. I hate kit change.
Sunday morning's an inspection. You've got to lay all your kit out. You've got to take all your pad down the way we have, like, you might see posters hanging over me board or photographs up of me girl.
You've got to take them down.
Yeah.
You've got to polish your floor. They come round checking for dust or not?
Yeah, they do. I clean my pad on a Saturday night, give it a mop out, brush out, and just put everything down ready for the Sunday, so I don't have to do a Sunday morning, then just play chess on the wing or whatever.
Who does the inspection?
Usually an SO and an officer.
Yeah.
Different officers are worse than others. You know, they'll just scrape everywhere until they find one piece of dust and then knock a thing off.
Do they always find something, even if it's little?
Yeah. The mail's been given out. I'll just check. Because that's either your buzz or your letdown, isn't it? Is that any mail? The mail been given out? Has it?
So how old are you now?
21. I was 21 just over a month ago. It's done my last 2 birthdays and 3 birthdays I've been in and 2 Christmases. So I'm glad I'm out for a millennium. It's the big one, isn't it? Yeah, these ones, the separated girls and me, like other people. Like that's from another prison, that's off one of my mates who's in another jail. Who I met in another jail. And I get the small ones I get off my mum every week with a postal order. She doesn't write a letter, I just phone her. Other people I write to, and they just all my girl ones. Like, it's 2 years of life. It's 2 years of conversation. It's a shame it's got to be down on paper, though. Mail is one of the best things throughout prison because it's something that can happen every day, Monday to Saturday. So you look forward to getting your letters off your girl, you look forward to getting your kisses at the end of the letter, and the perfume smelling on the page. She's been out for 2.5 years while I've been in for 2.5 years, so the way I might want to be out and enjoy myself and live a little and go around and do whatever, she might want to just settle down and be more relaxed and stay in and spend quality time with each other. So it's going to be a no-win situation that am I doing what I want to do or doing what she wants to do because she's waited for me. That's something I'll always stand over my head thinking, do I owe this relationship even if it's not working? Well, I have to stay with her because she waited for me for 2.5 years. See, but then that's down to personal preference, whether love is worth more than life. Because that's my... I hate decisions. Now I do. I hate having to choose between 2 things. It's horrible. I'd rather not have a choice. Not that I'd rather someone choose it for me, but I'd always like it just to be one option. But now it's like whether I feel fairly confident in whatever I aim for, I'll achieve. So now I've got to decide whether it's to make my girl happy, and I'll probably be happy because I'll make sure I'm happy, but I'll always have that thought about whether I should have went the other way and went to become what I wanted in an ambition and that. But then I'll think, well, if I go that way, I'll always think about what would have happened if I went that way. So either way, it's like, it's a two-edged sword, isn't it? So I've got to decide. So I think I haven't made my decision. I know I'm going to get out and go and see my girl and spend time with her, but I haven't made up my mind properly about which one it will be. I just hope I choose the right decision. It's 5 to 12 now, we're just waiting for our dinner. We'll get shouted. I think it's the 2s, then the 3s, then the 4s. Hi, man.
I'm a hairdresser, mate.
This is Archie. Archie done the hair.
I'm the hairdresser.
Archie! Oh. He's the hairdresser, he's the hairless one. Do you know what he said to me last night? He said, don't say my name, he said, because my family will see him in jail. I said, they're going to see your face though. He said, yeah, but I'll just say, does it look like, it just looks like me?
What's that, this?
Eddie?
This is the worst sex of all.
You're on it in yoga?
What's that, Ed? That's for the young adults.
Bad these, you know, there's not any egg mayonnaise.
That's an egg sarnie, supposedly.
More like a salad.
It looks better than what it is. But I mean, you wouldn't rob off someone who hasn't got it, who need it more than you.
No. Depends though, when when you see the money in that there, you don't start thinking like that, do you? It's just a quick reaction, isn't it? Quick reaction, man. You just fucking take it.
I wouldn't rub off someone who needed it more than I did.
I don't reckon personally I'll come back to jail, because like since my girl's my baby, I've realised that I've got responsibilities and that. Like I just want to get out there and live my life and look after my baby and that. I used to be bad dumb and like dead wild, didn't I? But I've calmed down now.
I'm the black sheep of the family, me though, because all the rest in our house have never ever been in trouble with the police. It's only me, man.
I think I'm sensible, but I've got a rebellious streak. It's about 25 past 12 now. Everyone gets banged up. Yeah, in a bit, lad. It's 20 past. Everyone usually gets banged up and you get your 2 hours before work, which commences at 1:45. That's when I get back to office. Welfare to work. Have me brew, watch Family Affairs and Home and Away and all my soaps now. A bit of Jerry Springer before they come for me.
Occasionally, a period of quiet can be followed by some form of trouble or other. But you get used to it. It's just one of them things. It's the way that life is in prison. Sometimes it can be quite boisterous, other times it can be very quiet and peaceful, like it is right now.
What was the robbery? You robbed it off licence, armed with a...
Replica.
Oh, that's it, a replica, yeah. And how did you actually get nicked?
Outside the shop.
Oh, you sneaked at the scene?
Yeah. I was on my face when I did it. I took a cocktail of prescribed tablets, prescribed to me, sleeping tablets and antidepressants. But that's not an excuse, it's just probably why I got caught.
Yeah. So you went and robbed this off licence?
Mm.
You're lucky you weren't shot.
So,
They didn't know it was a replica, did they?
no.
What about the old drugs?
Well, I've been the distance apart from heroin, which is one that's not acceptable between like our age group in Liverpool. But from an early age, I was addicted to solvents, something that I hid very well, and something that followed me through until I was like 18, which was at a bad stage when I was taking up to 10 tins a day.
So what was that, glue and all that?
Nah, just gas, gas for your lighters.
Yeah.
I couldn't get out of it no matter how I tried. So I think gas was cheap and it was acceptable to me because it was easy to get hold of and it was cheap and it done me. I didn't have to. It could kill me, which I knew like any other drug could, but I think that way it was easier because it'd wear off within an hour if you took a full tin. So then if I had to do something, if my girl was coming home, because she didn't know, even though I'd been with her for 3 years, she didn't know I was taking gas. Now when I think about it, now it knocks me sick because I've got out of it. Like even like prison isn't hard to get drugs, and even now I've knocked it back. Not that gas has been in prison, but I mean other drugs like just your normal weed, and so now I think I've seen both sides of it, and I like the side I'm on now.
Mm.
I enjoy my gym, fitness. I think that's the only thing I do is smoke, drink caffeine.
Around 2/3 of all young prisoners have used drugs.
I mean, some of these kids here have to steal to sort of keep a drug culture going as far as they're concerned. I mean, I was talking to one kid the other day and he was talking about something like £200 a day to keep himself in heroin. And the only way that he could sort of achieve that sort of money was to burgle for it, really. I'm not condoning that in any way, but I think that is a major problem, especially in inner cities as well. Although things probably improved a little, certainly in the north of England over the last few years, I still think there is a culture in the inner cities where probably employment is a problem. Kids can't get employment that easily. And I have a lot of time on their hands, and I think, you know, at the end of the day, that's probably the reason, with all these other things, that kids tend to reoffend.
I'm going for my monthly review. The monthly reviews before this haven't been as good. I don't think we've got anything to worry about apart from maybe a few points for not complying to the rules, which was playing snooker when I'm not supposed to and using the laundry when I'm not supposed to. But apart from that, I think it should be a good one this time. I got 60 on my last one, so hopefully I'll get over 55 this time. The PO and the SO, they both do the reviews. This will be my last one until I get released, which is in 6 weeks. So hopefully it'll be a good one.
Right, come on in, Gavin. Come and have a seat.
Just sit there, son.
Right, I think you know what it's all about. It's that time of the month again when your review comes around. This time, we've just been talking about it. Obviously, this time's going to be the last one. Don't know how many reviews you've had whilst you've been here, but obviously a good few.
17.
Yeah, 17? Good grief, right.
Willingness to obey institution wing rules was average. This was due to sneaking onto snooker and shoving your laundry in when you shouldn't have done. And your night patrol says you're very good on nights. He says everybody is. There's no major problems. Your work was Mrs. Chapman-Vardy on office skills. She's give you full marks for everything. And she says she hopes you'll continue with your good work when you get out. So out of 60, you have a total of 58 points.
Yeah, which is pretty good. You couldn't have done much better than that. Yeah.
Do you know the one thing I found best about you? You don't kowtow to peer pressure.
No.
You go your own way.
I'm not a sheep.
Get involved.
And I mean, that's exactly what I wanted to get onto as well, because obviously the time's running out at Deerbolt now. I mean, we're not going to have you around for very much longer. You know, you've got a few weeks left to do, and I mean, you know the score on gate fever and getting, you know,
to
getting
be honest,
excited.
that's what people have said, but I'm not. I'm just.
Yeah, it's maybe a bit early yet.
That's what I think. I think maybe in the last 2 days or something I might feel it.
I mean, there's 400 other inmates here, and you know yourself, you don't have to go looking for trouble sometimes. It can come and find you. So be careful, Gavin, because I mean, this period of time now between now and this parole and your licence and going home is an extremely crucial time, and you can't afford to let anything really interfere with that in the next few weeks. I'm sure you're aware of that. You know, but I think it's worth thinking about. Good review this month. Very pleased. I mean, as far as I'm concerned, I think you've done everything that you could have done at Deerbolt. I think, you know, as far as we're concerned, you know, get out, get it done, and don't come back.
This one.
This was on.
Yeah.
Do a rollie in it.
Have a smoke.
Do a rollie. It's young and small.
Me washing. Just had me washing done there off our Joe.
Got your mail and that.
I'm the laundry hardly.
That's not mine, Joe, lad. Give me someone else's socks.
Are they all there?
He's been the laundry orderly for about 6 months, and every time he's washing me washing, he's never ever brought all my stuff back at once. It's always one sock that's missing, and it's just
Missing?
yeah, it's just Joey for you. He's never ever done it with all my socks, never once.
That's my tradition, isn't it? I always give them back.
And I'll get them 2 days later or something, but I never ever get them back in one day. Yeah, I'll miss all the lads, because they're like brothers. You grow up with them. I've been 2 years with Joey and my other mate Alex. I've been here nearly 2 years with them. I've lived with them. I used to be doubled up with Alex.
in the same pad, both of us. If someone hasn't got a phone card or a burn, they just bang up and it gets sent down. So that's it, you got to look after yourselves, and that's it, you adopt them as your brothers. You got to have a family in prison. We're not like pansies or puffs, we won't go around hugging each other or nothing like that.
Sometimes I'm feeling down and that, like I'll come and talk to them, that's and that. Like, have a little talk to them and that.
We'll get a knock on.
Yeah,
We'll have arguments.
Or just get a knock on and start talking that.
He's the whinger, isn't he?
I know.
It's like
And he says that we all moments.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Sorry, it's like we know it's not meant, it's like
You understand.
that's it, because you've been in the same boat. We're all in the same sort of boat, aren't we? There isn't a group of lads in the jail who's like us four. We sit together, we eat together, we just constantly talking, like we're renowned for our
I get
voices.
sold out.
He has a whinge and eats all the toast, he gets all the pies.
Phone red there.
Oh,
goes all the shy.
Turn that off.
The unfortunate thing is that at some stage they've got to leave this establishment. When the time is up, they've got to go home. And unfortunately, you know, sometimes they have to go home into, you know, the area where they were brought up, the influences of friends or associates in that area. And I mean, a lot of these kids have drug problems, drink problems, gambling problems, all that sort of stuff. And you know, no matter what you do in prison with these kids, and no matter how much hard work you do with them, it's always at the back of your mind that, you know, eventually when they leave Deerbolt, they're going to go back into the same situation that they were in before they came here.
Yeah.
Which is sad, really. You know.
It's about 6:10 and association highlight of the day. I've learned a lot from being in jail, like how to hold things down and like a job, which although my longest job was for about 16 months. And I think I've got more patience now. You can have patience in prison. I think a little bit that's lacking with rehabilitation. It's like in prison you haven't gone in prison just because it's like being a child again, everything's done for you. Your rent, you don't have to pay rent, you don't have to sort your tax out, you don't have to go and pay your debts or pay your bills. You don't have to go shopping. Everything's done. It's like being a child again. So then, although prison like rehabilitates you if you want to be rehabilitated, it doesn't give you the needs for when you do get out of prison.
Yeah.
That if you haven't already tried it, how are you going to survive?
Don't get your pot noodles.
Time's 7:45 and it's you get your brew now, your hot water. Bang up at 7:55.
And then what? You're banged
up until 7:45 in the morning when you'll empty your bins and have your breakfast and then just do the whole same again. But there's enough to keep us occupied. You got books, CD player, your TV. And I'm lucky at the moment there's an organ in there, so I get to distract the rest of the inmates and keep myself happy at the same time.
Well, come on in, boys. Let's do it.
I hope I'll never come back to prison. I'll try my best to stay out of it. I think one of the things I've learnt inside is nothing's what it seems, and patience is a virtue. I'll try my best to keep out of trouble and keep on the right side of the law.
Gavin was released on the 12th of July and has gone home to his family and girlfriend. Just before release, he was awarded a grant by the Prince's Trust to set up a market stall.
Shine bright like a diamond.